Start with his life. He is Taqiyuddin. Taqiyuddin. Now Taqiyuddin is a laqab. It's a title. And these titles were well known in this particular time of Islamic history. 7th, 8th century, you couldn't get away from having a title. Your parents gave you a title. You were given a title. Taqiyuddin, the pious one of the deen, Nasruddin, supporter of the deen, Hujjatul Islam, right? Evidence of Islam, Shamsuddin, son of it, the son, S-U-N of Islam. You know what I'm saying? All of these were titles that they were given. None way you can get around it. Ibn Taymiyyah himself disliked it. And in general, it was something disliked Islamically. Something disliked that a person takes a title like that. It's an innovation. It's a bid'ah. And it's also claiming tazkiyah for oneself. How do you know you're Taqiyuddin? How do you know Nasruddin? How do you know you're the supporter of the deen? Ruknuddin, the pillar of the deen. Right? So this is something that is not acceptable, except a title which is in fact warranted, and that is Sheikh-Ul-Islam and like this. And that is given over a period of time when a man shows that he has more knowledge of Islam than he has of ignorance of it. Of all the things contained in Islam, he knows more about it. That which he knows about it is much, and a very small amount misses him. And in his usul, in his furu', in the ilm of Quran, in the ilm of hadith, in the ilm of tafsir, in all those type of knowledges, he's well-rounded, so he's called Sheikh-Ul-Islam. And this laqab was used long time ago. Some narrations, Allahu A'lam as to how authentic they are, relate that the Prophet Islam called Umar that, Sheikh-Ul-Islam. Then they were used in other things until the Turks took it later on and made it like a title as the one who is the faqih, the one who is the jurist. And therefore he had like his own area and expertise. And the people would see him and they say, well, who I go see? Well, go see Sheikh-Ul-Islam. That's his vibe, that's his area, that's his thing. Right? Anything regarding deen, you go to him. And he became like a mansab, position. But other than that, these type of names were not something that were advocated or even allowed by the Sharia. Taqiyuddin Abu Abbas. So that if I ask you the kunya of Sheikh-Ul-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, you say Abu Abbas. Abu Abbas. That is his kunya. His name is Ahmad ibn Abdul Halim. Ahmad is his name. Son of Abdul Halim, son of Abdul Salam, Ibn Taymiyyah. Ibn Taymiyyah al-Harani al-Hanbali. We explained before this Hanbali thing. It wasn't Hanbali like it is today, where a person just blind following their whims, or blind following the whims of others, I should say. He's jamid. He's short and obstinate and stuck on one thing. To the degree that if you brought him a hadith of the Prophet Islam, he would not pay it any attention unless it came from his madhab. Is it in the madhab? Brother, that's all I want to know. Is it part of the madhab? You say, Qala Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, kayfa kayf? The Messenger of Allah says such and such and such. Yeah, man, but is it in the madhab? Right? Is it in the madhab? So this is how they think. There's a whole group of Muslims like that. Pakistan, we call them madhabis. Madhabis. They follow madhab. And if it's not in their madhab, you can talk to them till you're blue in the face. They're not going to accept. And this goes directly, knocks away the nusus, the text there in Quran and Sunnah. That orders us to follow that which has been revealed from our Lord. And orders us to obey Allah Ta'ala. And orders us to obey the Messenger Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and not deviate from that. This goes against it totally. Because this has put another priority in the middle. And that is this so-called sacred madhab, in which the individual who laid down this madhab in their mind has not erred and cannot err and is free of mistakes. This was not what is meant when they say Hanbali for Ibn Taymiyyah, or they say Maliki for this one, or they say whatever for another. Like for instance, the author or the explainer, the author Tahawi. No way if you read AQeedatul Wasatiyyah you can call this man a Hanafi like these Hanafis walking around today. It's the usul. It means that he studied the usul or the principles of that particular school, and he uses that to elucidate or to extract various rulings. But when it becomes a fact that it comes in conflict with Kitab and Sunnah, then it's Kitab and Sunnah that he takes, and he doesn't take for them badilan. He doesn't take for them any alternative. He doesn't know for them any alternative. He doesn't know any other direction. He doesn't know any other way. Abdul Salam ibn Taymiyyah al-Harani, Haran was where he was buried. They say Taymiyyah, and he is a relative of his. We'll get to that inshallah. He was born on Monday the 10th of Rabi' al-Awwal, 661 after Hijrah, which is to us, who going by the Western issue, January 1263 CE, and Christian era, at Haran, which is northern Iraq, pretty much where they're at now, northern Iraq, into a well-known family of mutakallimun, he says. What he means is scholars, not necessarily mutakallimun, all of them. Scholars. And this is how it usually is, brothers. Honey, the apple doesn't fall too far from the proverbial tree. That when you see somebody like the likes of Ibn Taymiyyah, Sheikh-Ul-Islam, Ibn Taymiyyah who gave da'wah, Ibn Taymiyyah who sacrificed, Ibn Taymiyyah who called, Ibn Taymiyyah who fought, Ibn Taymiyyah who did all of that he did for Islam, he didn't come out the blue. He came from good stock. He didn't come out the blue, he came from good stock. He came from good people. Look at most of the scholars, the likes of Muhammad ibn Wahhab, rahimahullah. His father was a scholar. Grandfather was a scholar. Whose grandfather was a scholar? Doesn't happen overnight. No, it's a generational thing. So I mean, at some point in time, we have to do a groundbreaking. We have to start the ball rolling. No, you might start while it's Fatah right now. And then down the generation, here comes the Sheikh-Ul-Islam thing. Doesn't happen overnight. So he came from this type of family, the well-known family of scholars. His grandfather, his name was kunyas Abu al-Barakat. Father bless him. Abu Barakat. You should know his name. Majduddin ibn Taymiyyah. Why? Because he was a great scholar. He was a great scholar. He's the one who originally wrote the Asl, the origin of the great monumental work in fiqh called Nail al-Awtar, which is what Shawkani called it. The origin of that book, Ibn Taymiyyah's grandfather wrote. And everybody knows Shawkani. But you know Shawkani's Nail al-Awtar on fiqh, and Ahkam al-Ibadat, the acts of Ibadah, and explaining that. But the guy who put it together originally is Abu Barakat, Majduddin, the grandfather of Ibn Taymiyyah, rahimahullah. He was a reputed teacher of the Hanbali school, and his Muntaka al-Akhbar is what it's called. Nail al-Awtar is a sharh, explanation of Muntaka al-Akhbar, of this book here, which is called Muntaka al-Akhbar, selections of prophetic sayings, which classifies such hadith upon which Islamic legislation is best. In other words, you know what he means by this. You got hadith on wudu, you got hadith on tayammum, you got hadith on ghusl, you got hadith on salat, you got hadith on fasting, you got hadith like that. That's how he put it together. And then came Shawkani. Many years later, there are other explanations, but Shawkani came and explained it. It is even today regarded as a very valuable work. Very valuable work. Likewise, the scholar teaches Ibn Taymiyyah's father. His father, Shihabuddin Abdul Halim. Shihabuddin. The luck up again. Shihabuddin. Abdul Halim Ibn Taymiyyah. His knowledge was widespread. This was the time when the Tatar were Hulagu Khan, as you heard of them, were inflicting their barbaric onslaught throughout the world of Islam. This is the time of the Tatar. It is a maddening time. It is a sick time. It is a dark time for the Muslims. It is a time of cowardliness among the Muslims.